She was a sex fiend. I met her in a hotel lobby, masturbating with a magazine. She said, "How'd you like to waste some time?" And I could not resist when I saw little Nicky grind. The castle started spinning, or maybe it was my brain. I can't tell you what she did to me, but my body will never be the same. Hey, there we go. DJ Games is here. Oh, shit, I got behind the ready. You please make your game better and give us content. Javel Chaos, DJ Games, Madara Uchiha. I'm way behind already, guys. Shirokage, Wolverine's here. Jonathan's in. Mr. Fireball, Johnny Bravo. Cthulhu's abode. I like that. Gareth, this is you guys know this is the best day of the week. This is Free for All Friday, and we even had some notifications go out yesterday. I don't know if you guys have been back in. Back in. What the fuck are you talking about, Curtis? I'll back into you. In the video that was posted from yesterday's stream, a bunch of the gang came in this morning and said they just got the fucking notifications for it. And that's the stuff that YouTube swears to me. Susan will tell you that doesn't happen. No, if you question them about it, it's like, well, these are people that are with us every day or interact with the channel all the time, have the bell ticked. How come they didn't get notified? They did. Well, are you? And I asked them that the one time. I said, so are you saying that all of our gang here, all of our crew that has said to me independently of one another that they didn't get notifications till hours later, a day later, whatever the case may be, that they're lying, and then they just stop talking to me? They just ignore you. I'm losing track of the days of the week. A lot of people are saying that just a chocolate bar. I am too. Not so much from well, you guys know I'm retired, so I don't have that consistent pattern that I used to have when I was still doing my day job. But it confuses me too, because now, Spaz's kid's home. I don't have his schedule to go by anymore. My wife's at home. She can't go up to her work. So yes, I'm the same way. The one day I was over at our post office, and I went over to check the mail, and it's like, oh, God damn it, it's closed. And they have the window not open every day for a lunch hour, but they usually don't close the door. So I'm like, well, they got to have a new policy in place here, that they're actually closing the building rather than just closing the window for lunch. So I go back home to out diddling around. I go back home to my wife. And it was later that evening. I said, oh, yeah, the post office got new hours. She goes, they do? I said, yeah, they closed the building for lunch now. I said, I went today and it was closed at lunchtime. She goes, it's Saturday. Now, the whole goddamn day, I had been convinced it was Friday. It never caught up to me at all. Well, but still, yeah, here you go. Lifer says, I got a notification at 4 a.m., 12 hours late. What the? And again, I've said it over and over. It wouldn't even bother me as much if YouTube would at least just recognize it and say, okay, there's an issue there, and either A, we're trying to fix it, or B, you're going to have to deal with it. We don't know how to fix it. But lying about it and saying it doesn't happen just pisses me off. All streams are free for all Friday during quarantine. True, Berries. In design, I think so, because, we just talk about whatever. But for some reason, and I think you guys, except for, the day before yesterday, except for Wednesday stream this week, typically, for whatever reason, the free for all Friday ones are the ones that are most over the top. Everybody's just wound up the most. Everything's just bizarre. Except this past Wednesday, that was a free-for-all Friday stream on a Wednesday. There's no question about that one. Nino Full Metal says, I'm surprised I know what day it is. Yeah, it is. It's easy to do right now. They just blend one into the other. Chaz says, can somebody please open how we're reopening the country? You know what, Chaz? Like Trump or dislike Trump, I think the plan, of course, he didn't come up with it. The people he has around him did. The plan they came up with, I think it's pretty fair. Don't you guys? And I mean, if we're going to talk about that, though, just for once, if you love Trump or hate Trump, leave that out of it. Just the plan itself, it seemed to cover what I would think was the intelligent way to do it. I'm new to the Goosers. Just want to say, oh, well, hi, Avenger. Glad to have you. I'm glad you're along with us. Yeah, Lix, we were just talking about that. Lix said the same thing. Would have been nice if yesterday's stream didn't send notifications till the day after. Well, Lix, I told you though, I've had this conversation with YouTube, with Susan's representatives, and you guys are lying. It doesn't happen. So there. They said. Mealog says, forget days. I rarely know the date or month. I had to go to a psychologist years ago, and apparently that's a personality trait. I thought I just didn't give a shit. Well, in fairness, Mealog, just not giving a shit, it's a personality trait. So I think the psychologist was overreaching there. It's just who you are. Trump's doing good, Lex says, but Orange Man bad, so can't be. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, exactly, Lex. Well, we all are. I'm lying for having brought it up to them. You guys are lying for having told me. And again, as I explained to them, people are coming to me individually. And I even explained that in the letter when I was corresponding with them. I said, listen, it's not like a group got together in a chat and somebody said something and somebody else said, yeah, it happened to me too, so on and so forth. The domino effect. Individually, people were messaging me or commenting, independent of one another, about how they didn't get the notification till many hours or day later. And YouTube absolutely just flat out, again, they're like a 5-year-old. It didn't happen, instead of just addressing it. So... so I almost forgot about that one. He says, yo, what's good, Low T? That was the could we call it a song? I don't know if anything I do qualifies as a song, but that was the rap I did a while back. Low T, yo, I got no energy. I get up 6 times a night just to go pee. Yeah. Sometimes I find it hard to believe that I don't do drugs. Hey, boss, I got you, demon. Johnny says, I can agree that Trump handled it better than Susan would. Yeah, and in fairness, I know a lot of people dislike Trump. It's not Trump that wrote it, but I think the people that he had put it together did an admirable job. I think that's a very sound design for how we should try and get out of this. Travis, good to see you, pal. The only thing that got through the 24 hours has been following the rap between Screwface Jean and Luke Gauni. The stream is a breath of fresh air. I don't know any of these people. Now you got me curious. What the hell that got through the 24 hours has been following the rap beef? Jesus Christ. The one thing I know nothing about rap, Travis, and it's not like I dislike. The only form of music I can say I dislike is country. Modern country. I don't like current country. There's been a number of rap songs over the years I've liked. It's not something I get into in general, so I don't know any of the names. But I do know that history tells us that sometimes rap beefs get rather deadly. So it's always a concern. Fuck you, train. Deadly bitch. This stream is a breath of fresh air. I'm glad, Travis. Especially Fridays. You couldn't pick a better day to be here. Fridays are always extra weird. And that's saying something, because under normal conditions, we're pretty weird. Hugo Garcia, there's your shout out. More beach, please, sir. And can I get a shout out? Well, I might show you, put up some more clips like I did the other day. But that's with any of the anime I see at the Goosh. If something really strikes me, like I just thought that transformation, who Pussycat really is, was pretty cool. So I posted that. As far as episodes, we're doing one series at a time, and that's only if I can continue getting them to stay up at YouTube. So far, obviously, Dragon Ball Super is going. I tested that one of Hunter x Hunter. That hasn't had an issue so far. So what I'll probably do, if everything stays the same, when Super's over, we'll go to Hunter x Hunter, and then we'll worry about what what anime to try it with next. Lick says, asking people to put their personal opinions of Trump aside is a big ask for some courtesy. Yeah, I know, Lick. It's unfortunate. And again, and that's not pointing fingers at anybody, whether you love them, hate them, or indifferent. Well, nobody's indifferent. Love them or hate them. I was just curious what people think about the plan, the phased plan for opening the economy. I was actually impressed. It seemed reasonable, logical, cogent to me, and I was kind of impressed that they came up with that. But again, in fairness, it's not Trump didn't write it. His experts did. That story in the background was given to us, Sean. It was something that was sent to us here, and it was the point of contention in one of the greatest Spaz Boys comedy stream moments ever, when Mark Bark came in and was convinced that, this was before I had all this stuff displayed on the walls, was convinced that I had excuse me, I had sold all the things that had been sent to us in our PO box. On the apparently there's a black market for such things or something, but it's a long story. Slick Rob says, I've been hyped for you to see Yoruichi's true form for a while. Definitely my Bleach waifu. It'll be interesting for me to see, Rob, if she can overtake Kukaku. I kept wanting to say Kaneko. Kukaku for me. I think she's Pussycat is wildly hot. Excellent waifu. It's just that you guys know how Kukaku struck me. I'd like to have her strike me. God damn. Just to talk about, does Spaz Kid still have that dog? Well, we have 3 dogs now. Just to talk about it, we got the Mexican, the little Chihuahua, the Texan, the rescue dog that came up here from Texas, and the giant dinosaur dog, who I can hear her footsteps was just walking down the hall, thunder thumping along. Let's see. Glenn Akers says, spent part of the stimulus check on an engagement ring. Did you, Glenn? Congratulations. Wow, good for you. It's a good thing. I mean, I'm fortunate, you guys. Obviously, what I do, I hesitate to say work because doing videos is fun. It's not work. But anyway, what I do for home, so it hasn't affected me. It's a good thing because I haven't seen a stimulus check. No sniffing of it. My mom either. My mom's entitled to one too. She lives with us now. And I've been monitoring that for her because anybody on Social Security, which my mom is 83. And of course she's on Social Security, is supposed to automatically be eligible, but we haven't seen any of it. Not surprised. Salad Fingers is great. I love Salad Fingers. Mihawk's got a backstory. As Sean, that katana is the Murakumi. It belonged to Curtis's grandfather. He inherited it after his murder by using it to slay his Kanansuke and regain his family honor. Hey, yeah. Oh, my pronunciation on Japanese words is so stellar. Xeno Game says, why is it that Bakugo from MHA so much like Vegeta from Dragon Ball? Yeah, I think you could. Yeah, I think there's definite similarities there, Xeno. Yeah, I was gonna say, well, maybe even with more antipathy towards his nemesis, but not true because obviously at the beginning of Dragon Ball, that you couldn't get more antipathy towards someone than Vegeta had towards Goku. Yeah. I guess there is a lot of similarities there when you think about it. Yeah, that's true. Dragon says, last week I coughed and puked so hard from taking too big a bong hit that I pulled a muscle in my upper back. Oh, that hurts though. No shit. I mean, all the injuries, and of course in the wrestling, boxing, all that shit, I had tons of injuries. But muscles they're a bitch. I'm serious. The worst, most painful injury I ever had in wrestling, I think I told you guys, was when I ripped muscles loose from the bone on my lower back. Hurt way more than any of the broken bones I've had. Hurt tons more than any of the fucking concussions or any of that shit. The neck injuries. That muscle pain is intense fucking pain. And yes, that's really true. I don't know about bong hits in specific, but you can definitely pull muscles from the seemingly most mundane things. And you're right. Coughing. You can pull muscles. Yawning. A big healthy yawn. They're a bitch. Lachlan says, I'm ready to get freaky tonight. Bring out Brax. You guys got to wear masks, though. Our governor said so. I'm in New York. You guys are fun. Let's see. Bryce says, I'm ready for you to get into One Piece's Marineford arc in a few. Marineford, Bryce, has been the arc that right from the moment we got started, we're even discussing doing One Piece as a series. The Marineford arc is the one that has been mentioned the most to me, by far. Awesome Girl says, why do you look like you're in your 20s? Awesome Girl has won the chat again. You guys are too slow. Awesome Girl's gonna have victories, the chat, the comment section victories every day. I do speak English sometimes. Sean says, from your experience, how does YouTube money work? Is it taxed and such? Also, how often do people recognize you on the street? Hometown celebrity. Oh yeah, anything you earn, Sean, you have to pay taxes on. Basically, if you're a YouTuber, you're an independent contractor. Depends on how you are paid because a lot of people have a network. If that's the case, then the network sends you your money at the end of the year. They have to send you your 1099. I don't have a network. I use my own. What's the terminology I want, guys? Ad AdSense. Is that what I'm trying to think of? AdSense account. So I'm paid directly from Google. But at the end of the year, Google sends me, I forgot which form it is, but the proper form saying what I earned. Same with Patreon. Whatever the Goosh takes in, my portion of it, Patreon sends me paperwork for that. And yeah, you got to claim that shit at the end of the year. They don't take taxes out of it like a regular job because you're an independent contractor, but you either pay your taxes in quarterly, estimating what you're going to make, or you can wait till the end of the year, but then the government hits you for penalties for waiting till the end of the year to do it. Because we had that thing a little while ago on Patreon where a lot of the women who were doing adult content on there for some reason thought they didn't have to pay taxes. I don't know what gave them that impression, but a lot of them were scrambling. I guess they'd been doing it for a couple of years and just thought, oh no, I don't have to pay taxes on that. Yeah, tell the IRS that. How often do we get recognized? Not tons. Not really hometown, though. I tend to, well, I think it would make sense with YouTube being a worldwide forum. I get recognized more often away from home in, Disney World's a perfect example. We seem to get recognized a lot while we're in Disney World. It just seems like any place where there's big crowds, you get recognized. Now, when I was wrestling, then I got recognized for the wrestling more hometown because they were all indie shows. So, any place around the Northeast, the malls, this, that, or the other, I would get recognized. But with YouTube, it's not so much local as it is any place. And New York City, too. A couple times I've been down in New York for different things, we've been recognized on a number of occasions. Nicholas, what's my favorite anime? As I've said, I've gotten away from even saying there's a favorite. I have a top shelf, a top tier. And that top tier clearly contains Hunter x Hunter, One Piece, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and a few others. Which one is my favorite? I've come to the conclusion it depends on what day you ask me, what I'm in the mood for. A lot of days it's Hunter x Hunter. Some days it's One Piece. It all depends on what I happen to be thinking about in the mood for at that time. Because there are some of them that are just so good, they just take that top shelf. Firewall Dragon says, I puked out of my mouth and nose. I hate those pukes. That was some strong weed. Yeah, but when they come up through I haven't had a puke come up through my nose in a long time. Since I was a kid, I'll bet you. I don't puke very often at all. I either got to be really sick or something really extreme has to happen. I don't have a I don't have an easy to trigger gag reflex. See that? So that if the video thing ever falls through, just by not having that gag reflex, I can make some extra money on the side. Let's see. Azaria says, well, I don't need to be afraid getting corona. Everyone's staying inside their home, so I have free roam with no worries most of the time when I'm going out. Yeah, well, that's been the social distancing and the lockdown. I think it's been a great thing. But again, as I said, I think the plan the Trump crew came up with, I think that's a good way to ease out of it. It'll be interesting to see how it all unfolds. Omar says, I was wondering, have I reacted to Naruto and Sasuke's final battle? Yeah, I watched all of Naruto and Shippuden. Now, some of them got knocked that were up at YouTube, got blocked, struck, whatever it was at the time, I don't remember, but got taken down. And then I think it's the last 12 episodes are up at the Goosh as well, because I had to move over from where I couldn't post them on YouTube anymore. I had to post them over someplace else. But yes, I've seen all of Naruto and Shippuden. Did I see the Daredevil Netflix series, D? No, I did not. I know of it, but no, I didn't see it. Haroon says, what would you do if your favorite food was ruined by pineapple? It has been. Pizza. People put pineapple on their pizza. My wife does it. And this is somebody, like I say, I adore my wife, but she's fucked up for doing that. It's wrong. It's not something I say behind her back. I'll tell her right to her face. That's fucked up. You're wrong. She doesn't care what I think, but I still say it anyway. Dragon says, looks like AEW is getting a ton of new talent. What are you thinking, Vince? Yeah, they're going to be scooping them all up. I mean, it's sick. It's a tough one, Dragon. I see both sides. You see where WWE would have to cut back on expenses. There's not the money to be made. I mean, you're not doing any house shows. You're not doing any ticket sales. That kills merchandise sales as well. So I can see them having to cut back. But the thing of it, too, is I think AEW is going to run the risk of getting in over their heads financially because they can't make the money they used to make. I don't know, unless they've got deeper pockets than I think, that I hope they're not going to put themselves out of business with, contracts that they're handing out. Cthulhu, the old god of madness. I'd tell the Chinese a joke about Corona, but they already got it. Chrome says, so Curtis, any new thoughts on 4Kids after finally seeing them? Just saw my G100 went up. Yeah, I just, for those who don't know, Chrome sponsored at at the Gooch an episode of One Piece, a 4Kids episode of One Piece. It was the hour-long Bellemere episode. As much as I disliked 4Kids prior, having seen the clips, after watching a whole episode, I honestly think, I think I wrote that in the description, I hate 4Kids more than I hate Arlong, which is saying, it was Chrome, which all you guys know. Why though? Why even bother? Why did 4Kids even bother to try and present that series? The thing that gets me is they just randomly, if there's something in there that they found objectionable or didn't want to air, there's so many places where they didn't even try and get around it. They just cut it out. And it didn't matter that now the entire plot made absolutely no fucking sense whatsoever because you just eliminated very vital, pertinent information. Jesus Christ. And then her holding Arlong down with the shovel. And the point, I'll put you in a dungeon, bitch. The fuck, idiots. It's a mixed bag, Chrome. On one hand, you want to laugh because it's so bad it's funny. Then on the other hand, it's like, no, this is just pissing me off, and I want to get a visualization of some sort, a real representation of 4Kids' face so I can punch it. Avenger says, if you could have any ability from any anime you've watched, what would it be? We talk about that a lot. There's so many cool abilities. It depends on what you might be trying to accomplish at a given time. But for me, being a pounder like I am and liking blunt force trauma, it would probably either be Saitama's or Goku's. Just because I just like the idea of just going out and just get to obliterate somebody. Really, Lifer? Lifer says, I think you can get 4Kids pinatas. If you can't, you certainly should be able to. That's something, yes, I would partake in that. At least then if you beat the shit out of a 4Kids pinata and the candy came out, that would be the first time that anything good ever came out of 4Kids. So, yeah, that would be Curtis as a pounder. That's right, Lifer. And I told you the thing about the lack of gag reflex. I got talents, bro. Ocho says, what's your thoughts about the protests in Michigan about COVID-19? I will say, well, as far as the protests themselves, I will say this, and those of you who were with me on some of those streams where we're talking early on about the eventuality of where this would all go, I did predict that. It's going to happen. People panic when, they can't go to work, when they're not sure where the next paycheck's coming from. And some people just are panicked about what we're doing to the economy and not being able to recover. It's going to happen. It's going to happen because people will get, as predicted, listen, I'm not a Swami. It's not hard to predict. People get to the point where they're going to say, okay, we can go forward. We can be careful. We'll wear masks. We'll do whatever you want to do. But we're fucking getting out there and working because we're not going to let our families suffer. So it was bound to happen. And the fact of governors not picking up on that is kind of stunning to me. If they're surprised by it, they aren't paying attention. I do think, and I don't think this was on purpose, but I do think Trump coming up with his plan there, the phases to reopen, I think will help quell that a bit, because a lot of people, I think that's where their frustration came from, is there was no plan in place. Even here in New York, everybody talks about what a great job Cuomo's done it. And in fairness, Cuomo, I don't think he's done a poor job. But the thing he hasn't been doing is laying out any real plan. Every day he says, Well, we'll reevaluate. It's very important to get things open. We'll reevaluate. Well, now we're going to keep everything closed till the 15th, May 15th, but we'll reevaluate. Well, people want a plan. People want to see a potential light at the end of the tunnel. And I think what the Trump administration put out at least gives them that. It's not going to stop the discontent for long, but it might quell it for a bit. Dragon says, classic 4Kids line, you must be desert doo-doo. Oh, geez, Dragon, they're just, they're so terrible. And then it's almost like they intentionally cast some of the voice actors to be annoying. It seems that way to me. Chrome says, now imagine being me, having seen the full of 4Kids version from episode 1 to 100 plus. May explain why I don't have the same love of the series as others. Seriously, I could understand that if that's how you were first exposed to the series. It's a good series, but Bleach and DBZ better. And we make jokes about it, Chrome, but that's probably absolutely true. If I had, put it this way, if I had seen the 4Kids version of One Piece first, I would not have watched One Piece. I would not have watched all 4Kids version either. I would have lost interest in it because there is not all the things that make One Piece great are missing from the 4Kids version. There's no reason to watch it. Brandon, I adored the manga. Oh, Claymore? We've talked about Claymore before, Brandon. I don't remember a lot of the details about what was said, but I do remember the title. Alex says, have you ever watched the Tom and Jerry cartoon Baby? I'm not sure what you mean now. Is it classic Tom and Jerry? Because all the old Tom and Jerry I saw, that was one of my go-tos when I was a kid. Corey in the house, I have seen Prasanna. You did start with Nun Piece, but you still kept going. What kind of monster are you? Well, Nun Piece, in fairness, Das Bro, Nun Piece was not nearly as damaging to the One Piece legend as those goddamn 4Kids. Let me see. Omar, hey Curtis, I'm trying to find a good anime with a lot of action. Have any recommendations? Already watched Bleach, Naruto, Seven Deadly Sins, Brotherhood, and Attack on Titan. My recommendation, Omar, is always going to be, when you're looking for something like that, Hunter x Hunter. I freaking love Hunter x Hunter. The fights, the abilities, the story, and it still has the greatest individual arc of anything I've ever watched in the Chimera Ant arc. That's absolutely would be my personal recommendation. And Travis says, when this ends, no more could you stay in a cabin alone for a year for $1 million. Yeah, really, we all did it for substantially less. Facebook posts, people can't even stay in for 5 days to save grandma. Yeah. and it's funny too, Travis, because like we're talking about the protests in Michigan, I understand people's angst and their fear and their just desire to get back to work. That's admirable, but when you start to wonder, and I think it's what you're alluding to here, you have a little concern when you have people that are also wanting to reopen things because they haven't been able to go to the mall. Now, this is one of those cases where impetus is important. What's driving you is important. It's like if you're out of work, or if you're just afraid of what's going to happen to the economy and what it'll mean for the future for your children and your grandchildren, which is what I concern myself with, then it's understandable that you're out there protesting and saying, let's go, let's do something. But if your concern is, God, Forever 21, the only one we have around here is in the mall, and they closed the mall. If that's your concern, then yeah, no, you're you should not be you should not be given any attention whatsoever. No problem, Omar. Hunter x Hunter is absolutely fucking fantastic. I didn't read what Chrome said. What Lifer says, Usopp is already bad enough with the 4Kids ear rape. Yeah, he's in this episode I watched. Usopp had a couple lines that was awful. The voice again, to me, I can't believe at any point they were casting voice actors and somebody thought, hey, that's good. They had to be trolling. They had to be fucking around with people. Peter, Curtis, do you miss playing Minecraft? Yes, I like Minecraft a lot. Minecraft's very relaxing to me, but there is just no time for it. Yeah, Minecraft is the most relaxing video game I've ever played. I used to like just, in Minecraft, I would get in my little boat there and just float on the water and stuff. Now, if I can get back to gaming at some point and we complete one or both of the games we're doing, I wouldn't mind trying to do another hardcore run in Minecraft. That was pretty fun, and I still think I got screwed by how I ended up getting killed in that. Wolverine says Zoro's 4Kids voice was actually decent. Zoro didn't really speak at all in the episode I saw, Wolverine, and Sanji did. Sanji's is horrible, but Sanji's I'd heard before. If I heard Zoro's voice in the 4Kids, I don't remember it. Zoro's voice isn't the worst, but the dad jokes they have him tell are awful. Funnily enough, they kind of made his backstory with Kuna hitting her head and dying last time. Oh, really? Well, that's cool. But it just, Johnny says just add more hours to a day. I know. If I could, Johnny, it would clear up so many things for me. Man, there'd be so much more I could do. Rain says, was binge watching your Naruto reactions and hit the wall of lost reactions. Are all the deleted block reactions of the series available on the Goosh? I can't join yet, but I want to someday. No. The last 12 episodes are at the Goosh. Outside of that, it's whatever survived is what you see on YouTube, my friend. I think last 11 or 12, something like that. The last episodes of Shippuden are on there, though. When Daddy called Wolverine Daddy, Joe says, yeah. Because Wolverine changes his screen name all the time. I don't know why when it goes. It must be I want to say Daddy. Because typically I always just say Wolverine, but it keeps tripping me when it's at Daddy. The Burrito Bandito says, cocaine is a hell of a drug, but have you tried snorting it off of a hamster while listening to acid rock? Well, come on, who hasn't? Doom, I think you should watch Dragon Ball Super episodes 109 and 110 right after each other. Trust me. It's easy to trust you considering I watched those over a year ago. It's not that, there's not that much trust involved. The most hilarious abridged series I've seen so far is, as much as I've seen several good ones, it's DBZA. I just, could be, I have, that'll always have a special place for me because it's the first anime I ever watched. But yes, DBZA. Persona says, Curtis, why is your hair so luscious? Because I work on it. I mean, I don't just roll out of bed with it looking gorgeous like this. I use a lot of product, take a lot of time. If I could do 2-3 more videos a day if it weren't for this goddamn hair. Let's see. I think Christopher Sabat, I think, plays Zoro's voice in 4. Does he really? Is it Christopher Sabat? Like, again, if I've heard Zoro's 4Kids voice, I don't remember it. Hey, from Germany. Good to see you, Jonas. Do a dramatic hair flip, Curtis Dazzless. Well, I don't know. All right, but there's going to be a lot of moisture in the chat room if I do it, but everybody okay? You know what's that? And the worst thing is, because of all the concussions, I do stuff like that, and I get... for just a second afterwards, I just about fall out of my chair. Arthur, what did I miss? It's Friday, Arthur. It's been weird. Oh, Arthur. Hey, I'm glad you're in here, pal. I just messaged you over at the Goosh. Just gonna stop talking because it ain't gonna happen today. Because I just to let you know, whenever you have your G100 request, just hit me with it in a private message. I just messaged you a little while ago. Sean says if Disney ever buys WWE, it would be funny as shit. It would be. Although I'll tell you, Disney, with some of the things they've purchased, as well as just some of the way they've directed some of their entertainment, they've gotten I was gonna say a lot more edgy than they used to be. Who knows? That could be one of the cases where if they buy it, it might get better. Because they've been willing to have a little bit of edge lately, over the last few years. I'm doing good, Riley. Good to see you. Jonathan says, "Oh, I'm wet. Did I tell you I just took a shower?" Well, I just, it was requested. Normally, I wouldn't inflict that type of moisture on you guys, but it was asked. I haven't seen M, so I can say moist. M will kick my ass if I say moist. I don't want my ass kicked. Chrome says, well, Disney did do the Netflix Marvel stuff. Daredevil on Netflix was top tier. Yeah, that's what I mean, Chrome. Disney's it's not the Disney of my youth, that's for sure. I mean, which is good. They've gotten a little bit of edge. I mean, you can, and I approve of that because, listen, you can still be a family-friendly company and yet still give us some R-rated entertainment. Sometimes storytelling isn't geared for kids. You can still be family-friendly because people that'll enjoy R-rated stuff are part of the family. So I'm glad they've gone that way. Rie, thank you. I appreciate it. Slick Rob says, I would love to hear your thoughts or see your reactions to some of the Dark Side of the Ring documentaries by Vice. I have watched, oh, fuck, what one did I just watch? God damn it. That's terrible. It's gone right on my head, Slick Rob. I started watching the Benoit one, and I've got to get back to it. What is the one I just watched? You guys told me about it. I didn't even know it existed till the other night, and I wanted to see it. Oh, that's horrible how my memory goes. So the other night before bed, I was watching it. Oh, what was that one on? It'll come to me eventually, guys. Again, I didn't even know they had done one of the episodes on this. It's not coming to me. Which the hell one was it? About a specific moment or happening. It's gone out of my head. That Moist Nino says that stuff drives me fucking crazy when I do that. Jesus Christ! Not the New Jack one. Nope, it wasn't. It wasn't on one of the specific workers. It was on events or backstory behind something. Brawl for All. That was it, Slick Rob. Yes. It was. Thank you. That was going to drive me nuts. I watched the backstory on the Brawl for All only because I knew a good little bit about that from when it had happened. You know, I know people in the industry anyway, and I know how everybody hated it. So I wanted to see more about it. But the Brawl for All one, yeah, and what it did to everybody's careers, and it was a stupid idea. It really was. Arthur says, I'd like to request one episode of a show. Can I request 2 Gigguk videos that... Oh, sure. No, that's fine. That's fine, Arthur. I just don't go for... I've had issues between not only fair use with, full-length movies, but with presenting them as well. It just seems like there's always issues doing that. But as far as stuff like that, no, that's fine. 2 Gigguk videos, I'm on board for 2 Gigguk. I think Gigguk is fantastic. I think he's funny. I think he's got the perfect voice for voiceover or commentary or anything like that. I love the guy. Thanks again, Ria. Ria, actually it is, but Gigamax says Luke Cage on Netflix was good. One of the villains was a Jamaican man who inhaled smoke from herbs to get his superpowers. Yeah, man. I like that. That's classic. I mean, if you're a Jamaican guy, that is the classic way to get your powers, no doubt. Riley says zebra cakes and fancy cakes are my favorite. I like the zebra cakes, Riley. My mother, like I say, my mother lives with us now, and it's gotten bad with her memory and everything. Her memory is basically non-existent now, but she remembers goddamn zebra cakes. If you bring a box of them in, let me tell you. Okay. Rie, okay, I'll watch for you to comment. Just so you know, the gang had to teach me this. I didn't know it. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. This hasn't come up in a long time. I think the $1 level does it only allow you to donate? It doesn't allow you to write anything. Is that correct? And then the $2 level, it starts allowing. They'll have to tell me because I don't use the super chat myself much. The $2 level lets you write, but don't buy another one. I'll watch for you. Just say what you want to say. Let me look at what I was trying to see it earlier. Oh, it's MHA, right? It's so small in there, and I'm old. It looks like because it looks like Deku. But I'll watch for your name and your icon pick, and just say whatever it is you want to say, and I'll watch for it. Glenn says the ring box I got has the unbreakable vow in text on the outside and always on the inside. with the Deathly Hallows logo as the A. That's kind of cool. That's very cool, Glenn. I say congrats on that. That's very cool. Help me watch too, guys, for Ree's post. Don't even miss it. Son says, quit my pizza job, so no discount. Bummer. But at least I don't have to deal with my unappreciative boss, sketchy dude in general. Also give Braxton a hello punch. Sure. No, it's too late.
Come on, stop.
I gave him an extra one because he seemed like he liked the first one.
There was a whole day dedicated to the damn mods. Can we have a day where I just don't get punched?
I don't think they'll go for that.
No.
Wait. We just put it up to a vote. Nope, you lose. Okay. Here's Reed's question. Are you going to watch MHA Season 4? And I just joined your group, so it's on there. It's as long as we know with the whole coronavirus thing, it's put back their dubbing of it. So I'm waiting for. I gotta remember my own schedule. The plan right now is we're watching Code Geass at the $1 level. Next, I want to catch up. I still need to do Season 4 of High School DxD because we've done the first 3. And then it'll be Season 4 of MHA if the dub is ready to go by then. That's the plan. MHA is at the Goosh, but not Season 4 yet. But that's how we have it planned so far. Unless something out of the ordinary happens, that's how it should go. Oh, excuse me, guys. Got tickled my nose. Sean says, favorite show or match on the WWE Network? Oh, I think for years, my favorite match has been that Hell in a Cell with Undertaker and Mankind. Everybody knows what I'm talking about there. Yeah, that's just legend. What? Goddamn. Freaking Mick Foley. What a psycho bastard. And again, having my career built around that exact same type of hardcore, crazy, dumb shit, I just have such admiration for that match they put together. Punch him again for not liking Bleach. You don't like Bleach?
What?
You don't like Bleach?
I really don't.
Mr. Miles said punch him for not liking Bleach.
Yeah.
That's what I understand. The hell?
It's a shit tier anime.
Oh. Now we just graduated from punch to stab.
That's not something you graduate.
It's not something you graduate. Arthur says, just sent them. I think you like the topic. Oh, I'm sure I will. Gigic's a blast. I'll check them as soon as we're done with the stream, Arthur. I'll get over and check my messages. Yeah, I will. I'm sure I will. Giga, again, I have a lot of admiration for him. Miguel says, you were a wrestler. Yeah, for a long time, my friend. Almost 30 years. Sean K says, which Mick Foley character would you wrestle? Oh, any of them. I mean, it would have been a great honor. Neither one of us can work anymore, but I think I was gonna say, I think I'm in a little better shape to potentially get back in the ring than Mick, but that's not disparaging to Mick. It's because I never put my body through a 1,000th of what he went through. I'm surprised he still walks. But any of them, if somebody said, hey, you're going to work Mick Foley tonight and you can work him in any gimmick, it probably would have been the Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack was just a great character. Mankind was cool too, but I loved Cactus Jack. I can't even. That would have been so much. The only thing is working somebody like that, and I never worked Mick Foley, but when I would work other guys who were as like-minded as me for doing the really crazy hardcore shit, a lot of bad ideas get greenlit because you get going back and forth, and it's like, okay, what can we do that'll be even more spectacular? What'll make the crowd give a holy shit? Oh, that'll make them go holy shit. And then the next thing you know, it's like 3 days later, and you just are starting to have memories of who you are and where you've been and like that. What the fuck? Now, here's a Free For All Friday post. Burrito Bandito says, I fucked a deaf girl when I was younger. It sounded like I was beating a baby seal. Jesus Christ. That's a quality post. Brax. Did you hear that one?
What?
Burrito Bandito says, I fucked a deaf girl when I was younger. It sounded like I was beating a baby seal.
Yikes.
Yikes, he goes. That's admirably fucked up. Oh, no worries, Arthur. He says, by the way, I can only do that once. Trumpy bucks, you know. So at least, like I say, at least some of you guys are getting your Trump bucks, not me. But they said, oh, you know what I did see though, too. I'm probably going to be waiting a while for two reasons. One, they go through, I haven't even filed for this year yet, because we got the extension to July. And of course, I don't get a tax return. I pay. So they don't have my banking account information unless they go back further to when I was working a day job and I got returns. And so they're probably just going to put me on the mail a check list. But I also found out, I guess, people that have used the at-home tax prep software, Block, TurboTax, all that, I guess there's some sort of something else in the system that's fucking all that up and people aren't getting them. And that's what I use. I've been using Block tax prep software for years and years. Let's see. Cthulhu says, if he don't start like Bleach, I'm a wiggle in places he didn't even know he had. I didn't even realize, or if he had said it, I'd forgotten. I didn't realize he didn't like Bleach. I can't understand. I am so wrapped up in that right now. Bleach has got such great characters, especially in this area we're in now. I forget what they call that, where the Soul Reapers live. Those Soul Reapers are a really quirky and cool group. Because again, I thought it was, they were going to get in there and it was all a bunch of villains and they were going to be over the top bad guys fighting the good guys. And it's not. They're all individuals, those Soul Reapers. Like Spike and Pinky, I just love them. I think they're both so cool. I end up liking Tatface a lot. And now, though, Cuphead's a fucking piece of shit. After what he was doing to his lieutenant in the episode I watched today, fuck him. Slashed her, then he's kicking on her and belittling her and everything because he created her. Fuck that guy. I don't like him at all. Sean says, what do you think of Kane and him being mayor now? Glenn Jacobs? I've always liked Glenn Jacobs. Again, just never met him personally, but know a lot about him through the grapevine. Heard nothing but good things about what a good guy he is. And he's a very intelligent dude. I'm glad for his out of the ring success as well. Arthur says, trade him. He watches Bleach and you watch Interspecies. Well, the only thing there that would be unfair though, Arthur, is he says he doesn't like Bleach, which I don't understand. I'm gonna get in there later and tinker around in his brain, see if I can rewire something. But I want to see Interspecies reviewer. It's just a matter of finding a place for it because I do want to see that. Peter says, Curtis, I need to go. Can you quickly give me a little sticky stuff? Haven't had it in a few days. Typically only for the end, but for you, Peter, I'll do it. Now, guys, don't get, this is just a little squirts of sticky stuff. Don't get in Peter's way. This is just for Peter. Oh, I had to get it out there quick because somebody was going to try and intercept it. So there's a little sticky stuff, a little bit more for Peter. It's not going to take anything away from the rest of you at the end of the stream. I'll generate more sticky stuff. I don't generate it as fast as I used to when I was young, but it'll be there. Lick says, I'm going to steal it. Slick Rob says, Bruiser Brody, Von Erich, oh, come here, and New Jack are my favorite episodes of Dark Side of the Ring. Check them out. Oh, I do. I want to see all of them. They are really well done. Bruiser Brody. Yeah, Bruiser Brody, that is a badass dude. The Von Erichs, that story is just beyond belief. All those sons being lost in all those different ways. That's just... Because Kevin's the only survivor now, right? I think he's the only one left. And New Jack, yeah, I'll watch the New Jack one, even though I don't like New Jack. But and again, I know I'm stealing all Lick says. I know, and I'm sure I'll see it in the episode. And a lot of people say, well, he had his reasons for being the way he was, and the old guy he kicked the shit out of there. He had his reasons for doing that. Blah, blah. But the thing of it is, he had no... I'm a traditionalist in the sense that you have respect for the business first, and you have respect for the storytelling. You have respect for the promotion that's paying you. I believe that. If you don't like what promotion is paying you, don't fucking work for them. If you agree to work for them at an agreed rate, get out there and do your shit and do it right. And New Jack didn't do that. New Jack was in business for himself all the time, and that's why I don't like him. Is Golden open on the weekend? He seems fun, Cthulhu says. To be perfectly honest with you, the less I see of that stupid fucker, the better. I don't like to be around him. Apparently, I'm surprised there hasn't been another video hit the channel yet. I don't know if he's having technical problems, or better yet, maybe he's dead. But yeah, I try and stay away from that creepy bastard. Can't stand him. He's I'm telling you guys, he's fucked up. No, we were talking about the other day, Indo. Says, Curtis, have you seen the Banana Splits movie? I didn't even realize it was a thing till in the stream the other day somebody brought it up. I do need to see that, though, because from the time I was a little kid, I watched the Banana Splits, and I always thought they were creepy. Excuse me. Chrome says, well, we always knew Spaz Kid had shit taste. All he likes is weird furry porn, like that review anime thing. And B-Stars, only animals can match the furriness of his monobrow. Wow, Chrome went after you for disliking Bleach.
Why?
Chrome came at you hard. Said you only like weird furry porn and B-Stars. And
B-Stars is shit, too.
Yeah, Chrome makes a good point. Golden's too busy mugging openings of your YouTube videos. Yeah, scumbag that he is. And, well, see, I know parts of his story. I'm sure he'll be telling you his whole story. Fuck him. I don't know what's real, what isn't real, but yeah, he's not a good dude. Chrome came at you hard. Curtis 2020, Glenn says. Wolverine says B-Stars is lit. Jesus Christ. That's a good one, Arthur. You ever spin a fetish wheel and beat off to what you land on? If not, you should. Risking landing on scat or something worse adds a daring excitement. Or a daring excrement. That was pretty funny. I did. Oh, I think that was the one I just read, wasn't it? Because Arthur says check last post. Yes. Yeah. Now that's the first time that's happened. That's a coincidence. I think that's the first time that's happened, because a lot of times people put a super chat if they posted something and then decide they wanted me to see it and I didn't catch it. They'll say check last post. I think that's the first time, and correct me if I'm wrong if it's happened before, you guys, that we've had somebody hit a super chat to say check last post and I was actually reading the last post. That's spot on right there. Cthulhu, the old god of madness, says wiggle wiggle, I'll be in your wet dreams, Brax. All right. Since Simi's gone, somebody's got to take that place. Charlie the Unicorn or Llamas with Hats? Oh, they're both hilarious, but Llamas with Hats is an all-time classic to me. Burrito Bandito, I love that one. It's ridiculous in that, especially when you guys had taught me the story, or told me the story behind Llamas with Hats, how the creators were done with it, but the fans kept prompting them to make more and more. And given all that and how completely fucked up Carl was, that's a sad ending to me. That is actually choke you up a little bit sad when he jumps into the water. It really is, especially with the with the sounds of silence at the end. God damn. Yeah. Edgar says Bart Gunn got knocked the fuck out by Butterbean. I remember watching that live because I like Bart Gunn, and I like him even more having seen this side of him in that special. But I remember thinking at the time it wasn't a good idea because I'm no expert, but I have a boxing background, and watching the fights in the WWE's tournament, it's like, okay, these are a bunch of really, really raw guys throwing haymakers. There's no real boxing skill in there. And then when they said fighting Butterbean, it's like, okay, people make jokes about Butterbean because he's a round fat guy and everything, and he only fights 4-round fights. But that motherfucker knows how to punch. And he knows how to strategically, within the framework of a boxing match, throw bombs, whereas the other guys didn't. And then, of course, Bart took it even a step further and tried to box him rather than brawl with him, which he'd have been way better off brawling with him. And, well, in the episode, both of them, both Bart and Butterbean said that that was a mistake. You didn't have enough time. You know, Bart didn't have a quality jab that he could have kept in somebody's face to keep him at distance and foul it with a right. He didn't have those skills. He was bigger. He was stronger than Butterbean. Butterbean probably punched harder, but Bart Gunn punched plenty hard enough to knock somebody out. He should have just brawled with him. But it didn't seem from the get-go that it was a good idea. I figured Butterbean was gonna fuck him up. Arthur says, I don't mind. Couldn't put it in super chat anyway. Oh, okay, Arthur. But it was just funny, though. I mean, just the timing was funny with all the comments as they scroll by that I just happened to be reading that one as the super chat came up. And again, I think that's the first time we've had that happen. Joe Carl. That's a classic series to me. I'll tell you guys, I've gone back because they have it posted all 12 episodes together, and I've rewatched the whole thing at least 4 or 5 times since then. Cthulhu says, in all seriousness, oh, how are you today, Curtis? Doing good. I'm always doing good on Fridays. I love the fucking Free for All Friday streams. I really do. I have such a good time in here. Chrome says, the days of old YouTube, I miss them. Good old days when the weird and controversial stuff could happen. Yep. Now the only controversy we get is an ass filming a corpse to piss off Japan. Yeah, and you're right, Chrome. It's just everything has to be censored for the very sensitive sorts, you know, and it's ruining a lot of things. Gimster says Butterbean is squishy. How much damage can he do? Famous last words. Yeah, you're right, Gimster, because he looks like anything but a threat. But I'd certainly seen enough of Butterbean's fights prior to that, and a lot of us had that's like, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. He's not stupid. He only fights 4-round fights because anything more than that isn't going to work out well for him. But he knows what to do within those 4 rounds, and it's like, yeah. And then again, having Bart then come out, which I understand what he was thinking. It was just it was one of those, we all do it. In hindsight, it was just a bad idea trying to box him. Should have done the same thing to do with the other guys. Just brawl with him. And hopefully that you land the big shot before Butterbean does. Do I think it would have made a difference in the outcome? Probably not. But at least I think he would have had a chance that way. Edgar says, yeah, that shit was over before you can say, damn. Yeah, and again, at least I think that fight was going to be over quickly no matter how it ended. But at least if Bart had brawled with him, he had a chance to be the one that ended it instead of the one that was doing the drooling. Biggest screen that says, I mean, his name is Butterbean, true. Am I watching Westworld? No, Ocho, is it a series now or something? I watched the original Westworld. Was it Yul Brenner, I think, was in that, wasn't he? The original movie. That's the last I've seen of Westworld. Remember back in about 2012. Oh, hold on. I went to click it down one, and it kept it going. Shit, and I can't remember. Oh, it was Indo. Remember back in about 2012 when lots of prank channels went viral before we got Super Mario Logan or How to Basic? Yeah, but then the prank channels killed themselves, though, because they all they needed bigger and better pranks, and rather than taking the time and the failed attempts at trying to get bigger and better pranks, they started working them all. They were all setups, and then they tried to present them as if they were legitimate pranks, and they're the ones that killed that whole corner of YouTube themselves. Excuse me. Chrome says, honestly, I'm glad BitChute's doing well. They're working on streaming the platform, and it looks like it could have a classic YouTube feel with the content when it expands past mostly politics videos. I'll have to look at that, Chrome. I haven't looked at BitChute in ages. I'll have to take a look. It would be nice if it was a legitimate option opposite YouTube. Shout out to whatever Dragon Sphere says next. Arthur says, why, did I miss something from Dragon? Oh, here, I'll read it right now. You should watch The Expanse. It's one of the last few TV shows that's actually very good. It's on Prime Video. It's one of the great sci-fi shows that hasn't gone full SJW like Star Trek has. I don't even think I've heard of that one, Dragon Spheres. No, I don't, and I have all the streaming services because, doing the reactions and stuff. So I have Amazon, or I have Prime Video. Stormstar says, the simplest pranks are the best. I agree. I always refer back to prank wars between you and Spaz Kid, absolute classics. We had some fun times. Wasn't so fun when he shot me with a goddamn BB gun, though. That hurt.
Yeah.
Jerk. Yeah. Well. How'd you like when you turned on the laptop back there?
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, yeah. You don't want to talk about that one. Oh, he shot me. I got to give him credit for a sniper fire. And the funny thing was when he shot me with the BB gun, the first one, because I was mowing the lawn, I thought for sure it was a bee. It's like, goddamn bee got me good because you're mowing the lawn. I figure I ran over a nest or something. Then he shoots me right in the ass. Indo says, Curtis, have you heard about the new movie called Wally's Wonderland that Nicolas Cage is starring in? It's supposed to be Nicolas Cage's version of Five Nights at Freddy's. No, I hadn't heard about that, Indo. Wow, if it's based on or supposed to be similar to Five Nights at Freddy's, I'd watch it, even though that means watching Nicolas Cage. When he turned on the laptop and he found his furry stash, Lick says. Braxy admitted you were sniping. He claimed you were camping at the time. That's true, I did, Stormstar. Well, I won't say I admitted. I acquiesced to his claim that he was sniping. He's a camper. It's snowing right now in Ohio, Evan. Oh, we got snow again last night. The last 2 mornings I've gotten up and our cars and the wheelchair ramp on the front of the house were covered. Fucking late April. Jesus Christ. Chrome says, well, what killed the prank channels was how many fakers there were in the drama. Yep. Like Daddy of 5 who abused one of his kids on camera a lot. That stuff pissed me off. That guy was fucked up, Chrome. I mean, aside from what he was, well, not aside, especially because of what he was doing to the kids. But yeah, I didn't like him from the get-go. He just seemed like an obnoxious piece of shit to me. And the things he put his kids through to try and get his views, yeah, he was pure garbage. Will says, I'm getting off my break now. I just want to say thanks for being a cool dude. Okay, bye. Well, thank you, Will. I appreciate that. Thanks very much, pal. Cthulhu, where does Batman go when he gets beat up? Not to his daddy, I'll tell you that. Oh, you guys are brutal today. Oh. And to be fair, he doesn't get to cry to mama either. Oh. Joe says, then he shoots me right in the ass. Oh my. Whenever you guys type oh my now, Joe, you know what voice I hear it in is what's his name from Star Trek? How the Howard Stern show always used that audio clip. Oh my. What the hell's his name? You guys will tell me. It's gone right out of my head. God damn it. Better than in the ass than in the D. True, Dragon Sphere is good. That's true. Because I got a George Sakai. Thank you, Lifer. George Sakai. Yes, because I have plenty of padding on the ass. That's for sure. And he would have to be a hell of a shot to hit me in the D. I mean, that's you. Then I'd have to admit he was a sniper, not a camper. If you could hit a target that small. Yeah, good old George Sakai. Oh my. Oh, excuse me. John says, Curtis, I'm loving the Super Saiyan 3 Golden Lobster rocking. Thank you. Like I said, I was telling the gang earlier, it's a lot of work maintaining a lustrous head of hair like this, but I do it for you guys. You're welcome. Excuse me. Yeah, Dragon Spheres. I mean, might as well target that small. Might as well call it like it is. What the hell? I'm not gonna impress anybody. What if he hits you in the deep pouch? Glenn says. You could always do an SS3 Napa. Good point, Chrome. Yeah. Derp says, Curtis, do you braid your pubic hair? Oh, like I got the patience for something like that. Yeah, no chance of me. I am someone who puzzles, like putting together puzzles, any type of long, involved make work things like that. I fucking hate them. I ain't braiding nothing. Roberto says, what's your opinion of wrestling with no fans? Well, being somebody who worked the indies, I'm familiar with it. But not, you know what, Roberto? I think for me, they're doing the best they can in a bad situation. Is it preferable? No. But I think they've done a good job with it, given what they have to work with. I think they did an excellent job with WrestleMania. You got to give credit where it's due, and I think they put together a really excellent show considering everything going against them. Cthulhu. Oh, thank you for being in while you could, pal. I love those stupid stickers. But thanks for hanging out with us, pal. Let's see. I went back and watched your vids of Resident Evil 2 and have two things to say, John says. One, when you're going to finish it. I don't know if we're going to pick up gaming again here or over at Twitch, but I'll keep you guys posted. That guy that got you Alt F4 was a dickhead. Yeah, I'd never heard that before. And I'm somebody who's been very internet active since there was internet. I'm surprised that something like that got by me, but I never knew that key combination before. Yes, it was a dick move. Chrome says, oh, classic Star Trek is great. DS9 is one of my favorite series of anything. Modern Star Trek is pretty bad, though. The writers admitted they're trying to divide and piss off people for good right. Really? See, I've heard that. I was never a Star Trek fan at all. You know, I watched episodes here or there. I knew the characters and stuff like that, but never a big fan. But I've heard a lot of that it's all just SJW horseshit now. Well, everybody's got to do what they got to do. Hopefully, you know, you want to go that route. Hopefully it spells the end of their gravy train for them. Oh, I missed your super chat? Oh, I'm sorry, Edgar. Shit, I hate when I do that. I thought... Let me find it, pal. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry about that, Edgar. Hey, at least Bully JBL got knocked the fuck out. Yeah, I'm with you 100% there. If JBL had won that, I was thinking at the time I would have been pissed. I don't like him. Again, I don't like bullies. And that's all he is. It's one thing, tough guys are tough guys. I got no problem with that. But he bullies people. Because JBL just likes to go around thinking he's the world's baddest badass. And it's if you want to do that and you really think you're a badass, why did he never do it to Meng? Because he's full of shit. That's why, because Meng would have fucking killed him. Possibly literally killed him. So he's nothing but a bully. If you really think you're a badass, go pick fights with guys who like to hook it up. You know, go talk shit to Meng. Let's see how that works out for you, fuckhead. And the way I look at stuff like that, I try and picture myself in a locker room. Okay, if I'm working a show, I'm working for a company, and JBL's there, he bullies me. I don't accept being bullied. If there's a fight, he's going to kick my ass. There's no doubt. He's too much bigger, too much stronger. Odds of me winning that fight are low. But if he thinks I won't later stab him in the fucking parking lot, he's insane. I'll do the jail time for that. Fuck you. And that's what he needed, was somebody to do that to him. But getting knocked the fuck out was better yet. But yeah, that was always my question, because Meng worked for years with the WWE while JBL was there. If he wanted to assert his dominance, why didn't he go? He should have walked up to him and flicked him in the face or something. Let's see how tough you really are, you fucknut. Firm believer in karma, Chippy Salt says, yeah, really. Dragon Sphere says, what would you rather do? Marry Sasuke or join the OnlyFans of Kabuto? Oh, man. As bad as both of those are, hello, OnlyFans. Indo says, Curtis, is Bingo the ape from the Banana Split show ate the Banana Split ice cream? Isn't that cannibalism? Absolutely. I told you guys, there's no question. From day one of the Banana Splits, they were fucked up. You guys are funny. Oh, I remember that, Leslie. Pranks were good until this one channel I saw called CJ So Cool gave his kids laxative. Yeah, that was fucked up. I saw that. Well, you guys know how I feel about that and involving children and things like that. Surprisingly, though, well, you guys will have to tell me. I'm not a fan of CJ So Cool, so I wouldn't know. But his channel survived all that, didn't it? Typically, when you do something like that to your kids, like with Daddy of Five there and stuff, it pretty much means that's the end of your YouTube career. It's one of the cool things about YouTube. If you prove yourself to be a social miscreant, it's not like on TV where people typically will just, well, yeah, he or she, they're assholes. But I like this show. Typically, the YouTube community will bail on you. But it's CJ So Cool. I think he survived it, didn't he? His channel's still going. I think it is. Will your gameplay videos come to YouTube ever? I'm not sure what you mean, Arthur. All the gameplay video. We had a gaming channel. I just have abandoned it. When YouTube came in with all their new rules and everything, they devastated it. But it's still out there. Zombie Dude said I joined Curtis's OnlyFans. I should start an OnlyFans, and it'll be all poses like this. Yeah, come on. No, I get that. That would make so much money that I'd be embarrassed at how much I was earning. I couldn't do that. He is still around, gone. I thought so. Again, I'm not a fan, so I didn't know, but I thought he survived it. Chakra Flow says, Curtis, do you have a book? Well, I wrote the my prologue to a series that I still am planning on writing and have started writing called Roja. The prologue book is out there. Dude, there's the next few thumbnails for the next stream, Storm Star says. John Keeper says, dude, I love your channel so much. You're the perfect uncle every family needs and loves. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Excuse me. For Star Trek, Chrome says, DS9 is the greatest series. Original is hit or miss. Next Generation's first 2 seasons are insufferable. Socialist commentary with some classic episodes, then it gets solid. Yeah, I've oh, and she says, Voyager is a guilty pleasure, and the films tend to be classics. Also, the last 2 seasons of Enterprise are genuinely good. Come at me, haters. Yeah, see, I can come at you. I never really got into it. Sci-fi has to be exceptional to hold my interest. And as a kid, or even when I was younger, I watched some Star Trek, and it was okay. You know, I didn't dislike it, but it was never enough to hold my interest, to keep me interested. Arthur said, I don't like watching on Twitch, prefer YouTube. Yeah, like I say, all the gaming videos we've made have been on YouTube. I streamed on Twitch years ago and left a couple of those videos up. But I don't know. We'll have to see when we get past all this coronavirus horse shit. I find myself being to where I really enjoy these chat streams so much that I'm not sure that I'd want to stop doing them. And if I did gaming streams again, that would probably put them over to Twitch or something. But we'll worry about that when we get to it. Retro says, are you going to react to the new Brandon Rogers videos about the cough? There's several new Brandon videos I want to react to. Again, it's just time now. Just getting the time. Like Starship Troopers, Lex? Starship Troopers. Why have I heard of that? Starship Troopers. I've heard of that, Lex, and I don't remember in what context. Dragonsphere says, Boruto is 90% bad filler, 5% movie rehash, 5% actually good storytelling. I know Dragonspheres, I've had people, 2 episodes they've said were good. I don't remember the numbers now. One was like episode 65, 56, something like that. Everybody said it was great. And then like episode 150 or 151. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Everybody says it's all shit except for basically those 2 episodes. But again, that's not my opinion, just what people have told me. I like Zelda. Downlord. Yeah, I like the Zelda series. I played it right from the very first original Zelda. Yeah, that was really good. 65, was it? Wolverine said 69. I knew it was something like that, Joe. I remember when it came out. I think we were still watching the Naruto series, right? And everybody was saying how, oh man, they finally had a great episode of Boruto. Edgar says, Rico's Roughnecks. Hooah! 68, you owe me one. Heaven says. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna have to hang it up today. Got a little bit more editing to do. As you guys, the Goosh can see, I'm staying up on the Goosh 100 videos because we did set a record this month for how many we had, and I haven't had to cut them off yet because I've been able to juggle the time, and it's been fun. There's been this Chrome, the one that goddamn 4Kids episode. It's so weird to watch those because half the time I'm laughing, the other half of the time I can feel those veins in my neck sticking up because of what they did to a series I love. But streams will be on the regular as much as I can. We've been doing pretty good with them as much as I can. Nope. I think the weekend will be cool for streams. I don't have surprise. I don't have anything planned. Not going out to the parks. Not going to go to the ball game or anything. So I think I'll be around home. Now I did stall a little bit because you guys saw what happened. I had to give away a little extra sticky stuff during this episode, but I have pretty much recouped. Yeah, it looks good. Looks small, but looks good. So here it is. Everybody gather in. We've replenished. Might be some droplets that aren't of the typical consistency, but I'll let you guys worry about that. Pamfu. Sticky stuff here. Everybody, sticky stuff for you. Sticky stuff for you. Again, don't worry about quality. It's all about quantity. Goosh, goodbye. Yes, thank you, Gibbs. Oh, jeez. My fucking phone dinged and it scared the shit out of me. Sticky stuff for you. Sticky stuff for everybody. Everybody enjoy the sticky stuff. Live it. Love it. Be it. We'll bang, okay? Flashly like Buggy. And as always, most importantly, and especially on Fridays, goosh. Goosh.